A lot can happen in 12 hours.
What the fuck?
Anita Kent, an aspiring veteran who left farm life behind to study in the Big Apple, has now become a dog owner in mourning, doing everything that she can to get back to that same farm. Ash Murphy, a recovering addict using their medical knowledge to assist the elderly, was forced to face their past and lose it right in front of them, hopelessly. Jimmy Caraway, a virtually homeless, some would say has been, is now a man who has fought and confronted his past and protected his new friends. Lex Cooper, a violinist with a taste for something new, is now a hardened survivor prepared to make the hard decisions after losing so many so fast. In the grand scheme, such a short amount of time has passed since our survivors quite literally ran into one another in Central Park while being chased by infected and shot at by the military. Such a little amount of time has passed since they traversed the sewer tunnels of New York with a band of thieves and fought infected in the streets on their way to a safe house. They collected themselves at this safe house, devastated from the day's events. Lex saved her own life, as well as Mina's, as they were harassed on the roof of the building. Jimmy grew his bond with Alicia while confronting a symbol of his past in Calvin. Anita mourned her best friend while reuniting with a relieved but skeptical big brother. Ash healed those around them while being a mediator in multiple arguments. Upon hearing of a potential bombing of the city and after dispatching a recently turned Rachel, our group of survivors knew that they had to leave, and soon. They made Calvin stay behind due to his actions that endangered the group, and he swore vengeance. Our party made their way to a harbor near Hell's Kitchen and found two aquatic vehicles ready for departure. One was being stocked and defended by a squadron of military soldiers, and the other was being prepped by an older couple. After an awkward confrontation with this couple, our party decided to commandeer their boat. But things went haywire as Calvin made good on his promise. He fired a rifle on the survivors on the dock. The older man was killed, and as they drove away, so was Officer Alicia Cavanaugh. As Lane sped the boat away, Jimmy and Alicia shared in her final moments, and before she faded away, Jimmy made sure she laughed one final time. In all the commotion, the boat boarded by the military squadron quickly had sped away. However, as we ended last week's session, that boat was turning back and heading right towards the party. This is where we left off. Welcome back to what is left of New York City, and welcome back to The Remains, Season 2, the finale. Huddled Masses. So you are here on this boat, traveling down the coast of Manhattan Island, and you see this boat speeding towards you. What do you do? Jimmy, you are currently still kind of crouched, leaning over the body of Alicia Cavanaugh. I do think that Lex, or maybe even Jimmy himself, got something to put over Alicia, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm
No, I got something to put over Rachel in the
Yeah.
apartment.
Oh, maybe that's
But,
I
what I'm
think.
thinking of.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I
what I'm
think she
thinking
was
of.
uncovered still.
Rachel.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that this just, yeah. So this probably did just recently happen. So Jimmy, you're probably crouched over Alicia's body. Ash is in the back of the boat with Lex near Barbara. I think Ash is actively talking to Barbara, or was when everything went down. And Anita, you're with your brother on the boat. So, Jimmy, what do you do in this immediate situation? The dock, you've pulled away from it. You saw Calvin throw down his rifle. He's no longer an issue. And then Lane, from the front of the boat, shouts, "We've got company!" And you look and you can see the military boat heading back in your direction.
I definitely don't even really hear Lane's voice.
Yeah.
I think I'm just kind of crouched, maybe sitting down in a corner with like my knees up around my head, just kind of like maybe staring off into the distance,
Okay.
not saying anything.
Yeah. Ash, you're kind of collecting yourself as you know the silence of the atmosphere around you kind of envelops you after the loud confrontation that just occurred. Barbara is currently still crying over the dead body of her husband. And Billy is up towards the front of the boat with Lane, kind of looking back in your direction, just making sure you're okay. What does Ash do in this situation?
Ash, Ash feels like we've got two options, and I go up and approach Lane and Billy, and we got to get out of here, no matter what. I don't care if we run or we fight, but we're running out of time.
Right. I don't know. Do we see if I can't really the headlights from the boats? I can't really see what they're doing. I don't know if they're coming towards us. A hostile takeover? I'm not sure. Billy kind of looks at the boat and looks over at you, Ash. Well, Ash is right, that's for sure. We gotta just get the fuck out of here. So, I don't know, maybe just take a wide berth. What are they gonna do? Why would they waste their time hunting us down?
I guess, like, could I do a vibe check on the...
Yeah, for sure. Roll a vibe check. Gotta love a good vibe check.
What a vibe.
Gotta love a good vibe check. Serve the vibes. I got a 16.
16. With the 16, I will say this boat is definitely heading in your direction. However, it is, with the 16, you kind of like pay attention to what's going on. And it does seem to be like heading towards you, but you think that it is focused on moving past you. Because the trajectory is making it look like it doesn't want to. It's
Run,
not good.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say we give them a wide berth. I don't know that these guys have anything to offer us that we can't take for ourselves in terms of getting out of here.
Yeah, the only thing would be, and this is Richie talking. He says, yeah, the only thing would be is that they could have some stuff maybe that we need, but I don't know if we should risk that.
Let's just get out of here. I think we have enough. We should just get out of here.
We take what we have and we just go.
Mina grabs your hand, Lex, and kind of like turns your attention to her. Are you okay? Did you get hurt?
No.
I sorry. No, I know. I'm not okay either. I just physically.
I don't.
Did you get hurt?
I mean, yeah, I'm fine. It just was a graze. That's.
Let me take a look. And she looks at. I think you got grazed on the arm, right?
I'd probably, yeah.
Yeah, and she looks at the graze and she's like, "Yeah, I mean, it does seems like it's not too deep." Here, and she rips off her sleeve and wraps it around, just to keep some pressure on it.
Why couldn't I have met you like a year ago?
Because we're idiots, I guess.
I'm an idiot.
No, that's not.
Should have said something long time ago.
Well, hey, let's make sure we have plenty of time to talk later.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks. And she kind of laughs. And Anita, you're towards the back of the boat with Andy, and he has pulled you aside. Are you all right?
I think so. I'm as all right as I can be. Are you okay?
No, No, I'm not okay. Yes, no, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. I just that all happened so fast, Anita. Okay, we need to talk.
I know, and
Some
I
of
think
what
that-
just went down is crazy. Okay.
I know, I know. I know. I'm still processing it. Look,
And
all I know right now is that I want to get home, and I want to get home with you, and whatever else we'll figure out.
kind of looks at you. His eyes narrow. Good. Yeah. Okay. We're on the same page then. Good. And as he says that, you guys hear a rushing of water as, because you've chosen to do nothing, the military boat does pass you and continues to go the opposite way.
Sometimes stealth is key.
Or just inaction.
Inaction.
Sometimes apathy is everything.
So you're currently heading upriver or up lake, I guess. No, up ocean.
River.
Yeah,
River.
it's
Up
river.
harbor.
It's
Up
the
harbor.
Hudson River.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Hudson
yeah.
River. Yes, please. Thank you, dear God.
It has a name.
Listen, okay, I might have lived in Chicago, which is not even close, but I'm from Indiana. All right, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
So, as you were traveling upriver, you begin to see the reason why the military boat has turned around.
Oh god.
As you're looking, you see that the George Washington Bridge north of you has completely like collapsed and is like crumbled into the river itself, causing at first glance what seems to be a blockade. And Jimmy, I need you to make a search check for me.
Oh God.
James, get it together.
All right, I got a +5 to this. Rolled a 7, so that's 12.
Perfect. So with a 12, you start to hear like faint cracks in the distance. And you hear loud noises coming from the south where the military boat was headed.
Where the military boat is headed?
Yeah, where they were. So like,
Okay, where they were.
so yeah, basically, so it brings your attention to the south, and because you're in the back of the boat, and you see the military boat is firing on both sides of the boat. You see flashes of gunfire, and you like squint forward, and with a 12, it's hard to see exactly what's going on, but you see other boats heading from either side of the river towards the military boat firing, and you like hear very much in the distance like hooping and hollering, but that's what you see.
It doesn't seem like any of this is pointed in our direction. We're just
No.
all
Yeah, it just seems to be like as the military boat traveled like about a few hundred feet south of the harbor where you guys were, seems to be that something has happened. They were attacked, they were ambushed, you don't know.
Should we wait this out? But it seems like we need to get out of the city as fast as possible. But I don't want to get ambushed by whatever's happening up there. Maybe we should just wait to see the fate of the military.
Well, maybe we can just see if... it looks like it's completely blocked, but maybe there's a way in or around the bridge. It's worth a shot looking.
We have to try. I don't think that we have a whole lot of other option.
Yeah.
Any objections?
No objections.
All right,
Ever
and he
to anything you say.
and he pushes the lever forward. He kind of looks over and kind of nods with a smirk, and he pushes the throttle forward, and the boat continues to speed forward. As this is happening, you saw the bridge far in the distance, so it's going to take a second to get there. As that is happening, let's go ahead and roll for some supplies, shall we?
Yes.
So Ash has made one search check, so now we need someone else to make a search check to see what kind of supplies you guys are going to find. So who wants to do the search check?
I have a +4. What do you
Yeah, I
guys
was
have?
like, I have a +3, so.
I have a +5.
All right.
Nice, Jimmy searching
James!
for supplies.
James.
I refuse
All right,
to
I rolled a 1.
God damn it.
Are you serious?
Not does make it a 6. Is that good?
Okay. So,
Oh God, we're gonna die.
roll a d4 for me, Jimmy.
Okay. Roll a 3.
3. I actually don't have one of your character sheets in front of me. What item is number 3 on the crafting list?
Rag.
Rag. Okay, so roll a d4 -1.
I rolled higher on my D4 than my D20. So, 2. D4 -1 is 2.
Okay, so you find 2 rags as you're kind of like looking throughout the boat for some supplies. You do find also just stuff that is automatically there. You find Barbara's husband's, I forget his name, but his rifle that he had and was like pointing towards you. There's that, and it currently has 4 bullets. And then there is 1 medkit. And then there's some food and water, but mechanically, that's what you're able to find.
Ash, you should take the med kit. You muted.
Sorry, it's just so hard to find my voice these days. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks. Yeah.
Does anybody else have a rifle?
I just have a handgun.
Can I have the bullets?
I have 2 handguns.
Whoa.
Because I have Calvin's.
Yeah.
The one that we found in the cop car.
And
I just
you
have a
and
machine gun.
I will say, Jimmy, Alicia did have a handgun as well.
How
I have
many-
2 handguns.
So
How many bullets were in the rifle?
4 bullets in the rifle.
I'm gonna take those bullets. If anybody is
Yeah.
mad about it, don't be.
If anybody is mad about it, don't
Don't
be.
Yeah, I guess we don't really have a choice here. No, just kidding. You can.
And
you
I
can take the bullets.
reloaded it. I'm reloading it. I'll have you know it is reloaded.
Okay, perfect. Yes, that is free to do outside of combat. Okay, does anybody else? Those are all the supplies that you find. So how's everybody? I mean, I'm asking as the GM, but let's just say that Richie's going around saying, "How's everybody looking,
I'm
health-wise?"
terrible.
I'm at 10 out of 15.
Okay.
I'm at 8.
12.
8, 12, 10.
Okay.
How's Andy and Richie and?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah.
Billy is at 8. Richie's at 8. Lane's at 13, so he's fine. And Andy's full. Andy's at 15.
Great.
That's suspicious.
That's
That's
that is
weird.
perhaps the most suspicious thing about Andy.
Well, that's something a zombie would do. Sorry,
Yeah.
infected.
Actually, you know what?
Ooh.
That is a very good point. I just had him at 15 because he hadn't taken any in sessions, but he definitely got hurt on his way. So
He came in with 10 or
He's-
11.
yeah, so I'm gonna give him 11.
He's dead. Oh.
He's got
He just
He's
drops.
at death's door.
He just drops dead. Like I should have died like off screen earlier. But
I should have died off screen earlier.
So Richie and Billy are at 8, but they're also NPCs. And then you've got Lex at 8, and then we've got a 10 and a 12, and Anita and Jimmy. So Ash, do you decide to use any of your healing supplies now?
I feel like to get who was at 8 points, Anita or
Lex.
Me.
then I'll get Lex up to 10.
Okay.
This keeps happening and then I lose them immediately and I'm so sorry.
It's almost like that's the game. Oh, and Mina's good too. Sorry, Mina's at 12.
I have 2 sharp objects and 2 rags. I mean, if anyone has any like alcohol they want to use these rags for, I have no use for them. I just pull out some dirty rags.
Dirty rags.
Dirty rags. Yeah.
Actually, you might want to keep one of those rags because you have sharp objects in a rag. I didn't list this in the crafting items. I'm sorry, I forgot to do this. But you can use a rag and a sharp object to upgrade a melee weapon.
Oh.
So you can upgrade your baseball bat with a sharp object and a rag, and basically what it does in this system is you will have the automatic like headshot threshold on a 19 or a 20.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
All right. So
Baseball bat.
I'm just looking at a map of the Hudson River, and there's the George Washington Bridge. Can I put myself in the Hudson River? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'm sure they've Google mapped the river for sure.
Oh yeah, and I'm on a little boat.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat, and is this north? Yes.
Okay,
Hey.
so are we doing any other medical supplies? Nope. Okay. All right. So so as you all continue to travel forward, you get to the George Washington Bridge.
There.
It is crumbled and fallen into the river. It looks to be blocking a large majority of the river. However, there actually is a small kind of like tunnel that's been formed out of this bridge falling down that the military boat was a double-decker and was not going to fit through, but this boat will be able to fit through. It just might do a little bit of damage to the roof, but who really cares at this point?
Do you see? Look. Go,
Are we-
Lane,
are
Lane
we-
is driving, right?
Yes, yes.
Lane, we can fit through there.
All right,
Right?
yeah. Let's get the fuck out of this city, shall we?
Yes.
And he pulls forward on the throttle. As you get closer, he starts to slow down a little bit. Right, let's just pray we don't get stuck. And as he gets closer into the tunnel, the bow, right? The bow of the boat moves forward into the tunnel, and then your ears are immediately overtaken with a as the
I'm like
cement
squeezing Mina's hand.
yeah, as the cement of the tunnel and the like fallen bridge in the metal scrapes against the metal of the roof, and then the tunnel kind of opens up, and you're right underneath the bridge itself, and you look up and around you at the sheer destruction of this bridge. And I mean, most of you, if not all of you, have probably been on this bridge at one point or another, and it's just crazy to see this like kind of monumental man-made structure, especially from your perspective currently, just having crumbled and fallen down. And who knows how that could have happened. I mean, the city hasn't been bombed yet, so just imagining the chaos that's around here. You see cars in the water that have hit the water and have sunk. Some of them are probably far down below. Some of them have been caught on some debris and kind of stay there. You see, if you're willing to look long enough, you find bodies that are bent and contorted in horrible ways over some of the debris. Suddenly you hear a loud
What?
sounded like something on it sounded like something hit the roof.
Oh no. No.
You hear another
No.
another and then right in front of the window of the cabin area that you are in, a body falls on the ground, and then you see it contort itself and break itself as it reaches back up to a standing position. I need everyone to roll initiative.
No, thank
Yikes.
you, please. That's icky. And it's really terrible now that the show has come out because I am like imagining them as that.
I rolled another 1.
Amazing. Great.
Great.
You're
Okay.
distracted by the death of your love.
So put yourself on the boat where you think you would be. That little gray area is the cabin area. The area around it is just like a walkway, and then the back square is like the boat.
Ooh, there's like no room either.
Nope, there's not a lot.
Oh god.
I clearly spent a lot of time on this map. So I asked that you handle it with care. Okay, I am going to...
I love it, but I'm terrified. Ah! No!
Oh god.
And you said this is the little roof area, the little...
Yeah, so like this guy right here is like actually on top. He's not within, and then within is where most of you are.
Okay.
I feel like I have to be honest and say I probably would have run out to see what was going on, which
Yeah.
puts me in
Yeah.
a bad place.
But I appreciate the honesty. You got to put yourself where it would be.
Mina is right here.
Yeah, Andy would probably be with me.
Yeah, Andy's with
Ooh,
you.
one is on the behind us?
Oops, that's the handouts. Yeah, one fell on the back of the boat.
No, I hate it.
Listen, I'm sorry that you hate it, but it's what happened.
Yeah, but I hate it, and I just need to be honest with my feelings.
Okay, I appreciate it.
If Emily's gonna be honest with her location,
I
I'm
appreciate it,
gonna be honest with
honestly.
my feelings. Thank you.
It's the year of honesty.
Yeah, 2023. Honesty.
Okay, I'm going to put Billy and Lane and Richie on this. If you were inside the cabin, put yourself to the left of the boat, mirroring where you would be in the cabin, if that makes sense. There's just not a lot of room.
I'm struggling, Zach. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're totally fine. It's not your fault. It's something weird in the bullshit, you know.
No.
You're doing bullshit.
Okay, so where would Ash be?
Oh.
Oh, hey, you got him.
Hey.
Can you move him?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Perfect.
I'd like to imagine they still have their coffee.
I like to imagine that too. Is that everybody? No, Mina. We need Mina.
Mina's right here.
Oh my god, I didn't have a token for her last time and then forgot to do it again this time. Sorry, Mina.
Just
okay, I'm
make
trying not
her
to get
offer Sir
attached.
Kavanaugh.
There we
She's
go.
not gonna be alive.
Right there, you
Okay.
said?
Right here.
Okay, right. Oh yeah, you're like, no, I'm gonna protect her.
Does Andy have a gun?
Andy does not have a gun.
I
He's
would have
got
told
no
him to
gun.
take one of those extra guns that nobody took.
Okay, yeah. So he'll have
You
a
can
hand.
spend a turn doing it if you want.
So he'll have a handgun.
I would have. Yeah, I can give him the one that Officer Kavanaugh had.
Okay, cool. So he'll have the handgun that Officer Kavanaugh had. Perfect. Okay, so I should add a initiative order here, right? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Jimmy, you've been added.
Yay.
Lex, you've been added. Anita, you've been added. Ash, you've been added.
And yeah. What do we got?
Sorry, you can't really add it. I mean, you can, but if I add a turn while they're doing it. Okay, now they've all been added. You're good. Okay, let's see here. Let's roll some initiatives. Oh my god, 2 2s in a row. That's fantastic.
2-2.
Yay.
That's double my initiative.
19. 6. And then 13. Oh, 13.
And this is we just passed a tunnel, so like if we can just, they're not gonna keep falling on us after we get past.
You think that, well, you're like directly under the bridge right now.
Yeah.
So,
So they're falling from the bridge.
They're falling
once
from
we're
the actual
past the
bridge.
bridge. It's not like they're just gonna fall from the sky.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Well, you don't know.
No. I don't like that.
That's stupid. That would be
Terrifying. It's raining men.
Okay, so let me show the stream now. Finally, that I have everything set up. Here comes stream. Don't worry. Alright, cool. So just a little bit. Go right here. Okay, so I'll have to go up and down a little bit. Okay. Top of the turn order, we've got Richie.
Yeah, boy.
So Richie is going to step out of the cabin, move kind of next to Mina here, and then he's gonna fire on this runner down here. Okay, that's gonna hit. 14 for 2 points of damage. Let me. Okay.
Oh, guys, this was my recital piece.
Was it really?
No.
Oh wait, no, I get it. You're being
I mean,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm stupid. Okay, so
this is what she's hearing in her head.
so he kind of fires off a little bit from this submachine gun. The bullets graze the runner in the back, and that is the end of his turn. It is then going to be Lex's turn. Also, I just want to say, I know it's session 4, but I thought about the combat since our last time, and the rule I'm officially making with all the NPCs that you guys are fighting with is one infected will go after every PC. So every time a PC goes, an infected will go. So the NPCs can just, it's possible that you'll have 3 turns in a row without an infected happening. It's possible that you'll have like one after the other for a few turns. So we're going to test this, see how that works out. So, all right. So Lex, you're up.
Is this bad boy is on top? Yeah.
Correct. So currently about like 6-7 feet above you.
And then this bad boy, is he on top too, or is
he's
in
in the
little
front?
ledge?
He's in the front. Yeah,
He's
on
in the
ledge.
front.
Yeah.
And I can't. Is this all windows? So like I could see.
You can
this
probably.
guy?
Yeah. You also have Lane and Billy and Ash in there.
Yeah.
So
okay.
that it would be hard to see him, but yeah.
Okay. I'll pop into like wherever there's a door in this inner
Yeah,
area.
it's completely open, so you can go right there.
Yeah, I'll just be like, "Hey, we got company."
Okay.
And I'll run over here and see if I can get a shot at
Yeah, you kind of aim upwards.
this goober. And I'm gonna have my handgun because I would have like slung the rifle.
Yeah, you take out the revolver. Cock it.
And that is a 9. That is a 9. 15 to hit.
15 will hit and do regular damage. Is that true? Yes.
5 points of damage.
Actually 15 is right on the very top cusp of half damage.
Okay, so 2 points of damage.
So half to 2.
no. Yeah,
Yeah.
5, 2.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you go to the edge of the boat. You kind of like start to lean over the hand railing a little bit just to get a bit of a better shot. You fire upwards. The bullet rips through its shoulder. It kind of like forces it back a little bit, but it is still standing. So now, this runner, you know what? Yeah, the one that you just shot at. He's gonna like run to the edge and kind of like fall. Like no sense of self-care, whatever, just like falls towards you. He's not even jumping towards you, but he's gonna fall towards you and attack you.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll all of their attacks in the Chat of Doom.
That's silly.
So here we go. Okay, that's a 13 plus 3 is a 16.
That hits.
Okay, move up there. Okay, so
Oh, wait a second. I've been not using this the whole time. I have bonus action avoid.
Mhm.
Can I use that to
Yeah, of course
do
you can.
disadvantage?
of course you can.
What's
So
the last session?
it's still gonna hit 7 with a natural 17.
Oh, okay. Well, I tried.
So you try to move from side to side, but there's just not enough room,
Yeah.
and this guy just lands right on top of you. He does 2 points of damage to you.
Dang it, exactly how many I just got back. Literally every time. Sorry, Ash. Thank you for your work.
As he lands on top of you and just kind of like slams you into the railing behind, you feel your back kind of bend.
Oh, ow.
And that is the end of that infected's turn, bringing it to Lane. Lane is going to fire out the front window. Actually, no. Lane is focused on driving past this bridge, so that is what Lane is doing. But Billy is going to, who is next, surprisingly, jumps from a 13 to a 16, or a 13 to a 6 in initiative there. Billy is going to fire his handgun at the runner at the front. That is a natural 18 that is going to hit, and that is 3 points of damage to that guy. The window shatters right behind you, Ash, as you hear Billy fire through the window. Holy fuck! And that's going to be the end of his turn. Anita, you're up.
Okay. Would I be able to get a shot at this guy
The guy at the
right
front of the
above
boat?
me?
Oh, the
No,
guy above you?
me.
Yeah, easy.
Okay. I'm gonna take out my machine gun
Okay.
and get a 5 to hit.
That's gonna miss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You're used to firing certain weapons, machine gun not being one of those, and you just kind of shoot wide. You hear ting as the bullets ricochet off the metal work above you. And that is gonna be the end of your turn?
Yeah.
You wanna move or bonus action or anything?
I'm gonna hold on to my bonus action and stand my ground.
All right. At the end of your turn, this guy at the front is going to run around the edge of the boat, run right towards you, Anita. You see him as he's running. He's like swaying to the side with the movement of the boat, just running into the railing, running into the wall. Once again, showing no self-care. And he's going to attack you. That is a 17 plus 3 is a 20 to hit. Are you going to take it?
Oh yeah, I can not today myself, can't I?
Yeah, you could if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna not today.
Okay, so he's gonna roll at disadvantage. Okay, that's an 8. So he comes running towards you, and he like swings, and at the last second, you kind of dodge, and the movement of the boat swings him to hit the railing. And that is the end of his turn. Ash, you are up.
She's going to move over to the left side of the cabin behind Lane
Okay, yep.
and see the one that's right outside the window.
Yep.
On that side.
Currently attacking Lex.
Yep. And shoot at that thing with one of the handguns. That's proficiency plus dex, is that
Yeah, so which is agility.
agility? Right, yeah. So that's a 17 to hit.
17 will hit and do full damage.
Cool. And that's a then a d6 plus agility. That's 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Nice. So, Lex, as you're fighting this infected right in front of you, canonically, you see, as he's screaming at you, you see tendrils of fungus creeping their way out of his mouth as he runs towards you, and his jaw is completely shot off of the bottom half of his face as it flings off into the harbor, and you see the fungus kind of like fall, and the tongue is swinging as he's coming right towards you. And at the end of Ash's turn, this infected right here is going to fall down here, and I don't know if he would have seen Andy. Yeah, Andy would have come out. He's going to attack Andy. So, to attack Andy, it's a 19. I don't know if you remember, but last week I changed it to where a 19 means he now has a chance to be bit.
Should have not used my not today.
So, first of all, he takes 4 points of damage as the infected lands right on top of him. And the infected takes the fungus tendrils currently trying to squirm their way out of its mouth and reaches towards Andy. This is a D100 roll, 20 or below. And we've got a bite on our hands. It's an 84.
Woo!
So the infected reaches towards Andy, and he dodges out of the way, taking the full brunt of the hit, but not allowing the infected to try and bite him. And that is the end of that infected's turn, and it's now Mina's turn. So Mina, Lex, real quick, will you make a either brawn or parkour check? You decide.
Oh God. 8.
With a 16, Lex, you feel yourself be pulled back, and Mina steps in front of you.
Oh no.
And puts herself in between the infected and you, and she is going to take her knife that Anita gave her, and she's going to attack the infected.
Oh damn.
That's a 12 plus 14, so it's going to be half damage. So a total of 2 points of damage to this infected. It is barely standing, but it is still standing as Amina stabs into the chest of the runner as it's reaching towards her. That's the end of Mina's turn. Andy is now going to go, and he's going to attempt to attack the infected in front of him with his handgun, his new handgun he just got, but that is a natural one. So that is not going to hit, as he kind of like squirms and fires into the air, a little bit scared. And so that is the end of Andy's turn, and now we're at Jimmy.
All right, just me alone in the back of this boat.
Yeah.
This one infected.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take out my newly crafted baseball bat with a sharp object on the end.
Yes, you are. Literally,
Come
just
here,
like
motherfucker.
there's a half a piece, like scissors taken apart and put on either side of the bat with like a dirty towel wrapped over them, making it sturdy.
I'm not in the mood for your shit, zombie. All right. That's a 17.
17 is going to hit and do full damage.
All right, it's 1d6 plus 2. That's 4.
4 points of damage. Nice. This is one that Richie already hit a little bit, so it's looking to hurt. As you take your bat and you swing, and the two halves of the scissors embed themselves right into the neck, the muscly neck of this runner, and then kind of like pull forward, tearing off the flesh. She screams, and do you have any more movement or a bonus action you want to do?
No bonus action. I'm just gonna sit there.
All right. Well, she's gonna attack you now. As she
Try me.
As she reaches towards you with a 19.
No! Wait. I'm using my bonus action.
Okay.
Mind games. Give an enemy disadvantage.
All right. Okay. That's still an 18. So she's gonna hit, but she's not gonna have a chance to bite.
Okay. That's good.
So she does 1 point of damage to you. As she kind of reaches forward weakly as you have just like torn off her shoulder, and muscles aren't quite there, and so she kind of just swipes at you, doing just a little bit of damage. And that's the end of Jimmy's turn. Richie is then going to attack the one that's right in front of him and Andy. That is a 15, which is going to hit and do half damage. So that is 2 points of damage. So this one hadn't been hit yet, but now that's the first time it's been hit. So Richie just kind of swings over, trying not to hit anybody, so he's picking his shots wisely, but it's causing him to miss a little as well. So that is the end of his turn. At the end of his turn, Lex, you hear another big thunk as a runner lands on the top of the boat yet again, but it doesn't go yet. So Lex, it's your turn.
Partially like shocked that Mina is the one that's now in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm partially into it. I'm gonna just like get up and like over her shoulder, kind of like push her to the side while I take aim.
Okay.
With the handgun to shoot at that runner.
Please do so. Roll for attack.
13.
13 is going to hit and do half damage. It's looking rough though, so you still have a chance to kill this thing.
Actually, okay, so hang on. Just physically, if I'm over Mina,
Yeah.
kind of, can we share the same space technically? Like, could I be like in melee range of this runner?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
It's a small boat.
Oh god. Okay. Pretend yes.
Yeah. Well,
I'm there.
Yeah, we're pretending.
Because I'm gonna use since it's now my round again.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use my bonus action, fight dirty,
Okay.
and I want to grab the like hair of the runner and like shove my gun into its mouth.
Amazing.
And
So
re-roll for advantage.
please do. Yes.
That was worse.
Okay.
So,
We'll still roll for damage. Like I said, you might get.
yeah, I'm still gonna do that. Oh,
Yeah.
but good damage. And it's half damage.
Yep.
So it's 5 points of damage.
It had 3 left, so so you grab its head, fighting dirty. You stick the chamber of the revolver right in its mouth, and a flash of white then becomes like an explosion of red across the bow of the boat, as that infected is dead.
Blood over both of us.
Yes. Okay, so he gone. So the one standing that just landed there is now going to fall towards you and Mina.
No.
Because you're sharing the same space, we're gonna roll a d4 right now. Even it attacks Mina, odd it attacks Lex. Okay, so it's attacking Mina. So this roll is going to be for Mina. That is a 13 plus 3 is 16, which is going to hit. So Mina gets hit for 2 points of damage as the runner lands and thrashes towards her.
Oh no.
And that is the end of its turn. Lane is going to continue to drive out of the tunnel. Billy is going to step kind of beside Ash here and fire again out the window, following Ash's lead. And that is a 2, so that will not hit. So that is the end of Billy's turn. Anita, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna attack this one right in front of me with my new machete.
Machete, do it.
Ooh, modified 20.
That will hit. Do full damage.
3 points of damage.
Ooh, dang, that sucks. Yeah, you like swing the machete in and it beds itself into the shoulder, kind of stopping at the collarbone of this runner, and it just like shoves it off, and it doesn't seem to be affecting it too much. But you still did cause some damage. At the end of your turn, it's going to attack you. That is a natural one. So it goes to attack you and just actually we'll just say you still
Does it
have
fall
your,
off the boat?
No, it does not. We'll say that you still have your machete in it and it's trying to attack you and you're just holding it back with your machete. That is the end of Anita's turn. Ash, you're up.
Ash, move over to the opposite side of the boat from where
Okay.
they're at.
I like to see like Ash is just like, because Ash has 2 guns, so Ash is just like in this cabin, just like John Wicking, like, like it's so cool.
To fire at the one in front of Anita.
Hey, roll for attack.
Prof. That's 18.
18 will hit and do full damage.
D6. Full damage. 8 points total.
Ash, they only hit the jaw last time, so they adjust their aim a little bit, aiming upwards. And Anita, as you're facing this runner with a machete in his shoulder, his head obliterates as a bullet enters and exits his brain, and he is dead.
Yes.
All right, perfect. So at the end of Ash's turn, the one attacking Andy is going to attack Andy again. That is 16 plus 3 is 19. That is going to hit for 2 points of damage as the infected attacks Andy. That is the end of the infected's turn. It's now Mina's turn. Who's going to roll to hit the infected in front of her. That is a 6 on the die, so it's not going to do it. Mina looks a little shaken up by everything that's happening. All right, it is now Andy's turn. He's going to attack the runner right in front of him. That is yet again another natural 1. So Andy has rolled 2 natural 1s this battle. Clearly not taking after his sister. And after Andy's turn, it is Jimmy.
All right, still attacking with my sharp object baseball bat.
Attack away.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit and do full damage, my friend.
Ooh, that's 8 damage.
8 points of damage, and with that, you completely embed the blades inside the head of this woman, and her screeching just like goes to a silence as her eyes roll back in her head, and she is dead.
Sick.
However, you hear a thump as another runner has now collapsed directly behind you, Jimmy. And actually, since you just went, it's going to go ahead and go, too.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. So that is a 5 plus 3, which is an 8 to hit. So it kind of lands, doesn't get its sea legs, and wobbles about as it reaches for you. You just kind of half-heartedly dodge out of the way. That's the end of Jimmy's turn. And the infected, it's now Richie's turn. Is going to attack this guy in front of him and Andy. That's a 5 on the die. So I would love for an NPC to actually do something. So
Same.
I'm not even. Well, Lex, it's your turn.
Seeing that Mina is shaken, I'm gonna as swiftly as possible, but it's okay. I'll take care of this.
Yeah, for sure.
Move to the front of her, and kind of just do a little switcheroo, with her and handgun this baddie in front of us. Just
Roll
keep
to
on
attack.
going. Actually, Zach,
Angie.
would it be a parkour or a brawn check to see if I could cowboy kick this guy off the side of the boat?
So what I'll say is brawn would be a lower DC, parkour will be a higher DC, but I'll let you do either.
I'm gonna do... Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna, like, with the momentum of, like, pushing Mina behind me and, like, moving towards this infected, I'm gonna, like, push him. I'll use brawn for the lower DC, and just use that momentum to try to, like, push him off of the boat into the water.
All right.
That is a 10.
10. That is not going to do it. So as you go and start pushing on this runner, we'll go ahead and switch you guys around here.
Yeah.
And as a consequence of your failure, it is going to attack you at advantage.
At advantage.
Okay, that is a 17 plus 3, which is a dirty 20.
Give it to me.
You take 2 points of damage. As it's just kind of like, it's basically just swinging its arms, and the damage is happening to your, like, forearms as it's just like banging down towards you. And that is the end of your turn. But I will say, you get him close to the edge, maybe making a future attempt a little bit easier.
Okay. Cool.
So that is the end of Lex's turn. That does not count as one of the infected going, so the infected who is attacking Andy is going to go. I keep doing that, dang it. No, go away. Okay. Okay, that's a 2. So at least they're not hitting each other. So Andy, Richie, and this infected are just missing each other completely and just swinging around each other. Lane is going to continue to drive. Billy is going to move back up towards the front and fire at the guy that Lex is dealing with. 18 on the die. Billy, with a dirty 20, is going to hit. And do 4 points of damage to this guy. As Lex, you hear glass shatter to your right as a bullet kind of enters into the upper torso of this runner. That is the end of Billy's turn. Anita, you're up.
I'm gonna swing with my machete at this one in front of Andy, so I guess I'll scoot up here.
You'll get advantage with flanking with Richie.
Ooh. Okay, with advantage, I'm gonna confidently look at them before I swing and say, seriously, you guys?
Okay, perfect.
I rolled 2 14s, which is a 17.
That'll hit for full damage.
Plus 1, so 7 points of damage.
Oof. You like cut into the neck and the throat and esophagus of this runner as you almost sever its head completely. It's looking real hurt, blood sprays, but it is still standing. And now the infected attacking Jimmy is going to go.
Good luck.
That is a 16 plus 3 is 19.
I do have one more mind games.
Are you gonna use it?
Yeah.
Okay. That is an 8 plus 3, which is an 11. So this creature is just, this runner is just not getting his legs, and you're just like mocking him as he's like stumbling towards you. And that is the end of that infected's turn. Ash, you're up.
Ash is concerned because things keep falling.
Yeah.
That period of time waiting for what was going to come out of their mouth. Classic.
But we gotta keep Lane safe. He's driving the boat.
Yep.
This is just to ensure, like, the sense of scale. The thing that is to Ash's token's right is actually across Lane from.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Exactly.
Mirror.
Can I shoot past Lane?
Yeah, I'll say it for sure. Easily enough.
Yeah. I look at Lane like, don't move. And
All right.
Fire the window.
Roll for attack.
Now rolls 14.
14 will hit and do half damage.
Was 7 total,
So half to 3.
and I'll add 5 with my Know Thy Enemy.
It had exactly 8 hit points left.
Yes, because you knew it.
Because you knew the enemy. So as you push the, as Lex is pushing the runner to the edge of the boat, right when she like starts to push and it leans back, you wait for that moment, hesitating for just a second, so that you can fire. And Lex, the body just falls from your hands and over the boat as it is dead. Amazing.
Like, Ash forgets that they're not in an action movie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
They're just like, you've been cured.
Lane immediately kind of like cocks his head, looks over at you, and just like nods in impressive. Nods in impressive is what I just
Nods
said.
and impressive. Yeah.
The new language of this game.
At the end of your turn, Ash, the infected between the 3 redheads here is going to attack one of them. Let's go ahead and say Richie 1, 2, Andy 3, 4, Anita 5, 6. Okay, so this is going to go to Richie. That is a 13 plus 3 is 16. That is going to hit. Richie takes 3 points of damage. 3 points of damage as this infected swings, bloodying the mouth of Richie. That is the end of the runner's turn. It's now Mina, who is going to... Mina's... She's not brave enough yet, I don't think, to just like randomly go seeking combat, so she's just going to kind of wait for Lex. Look at Lex, be like, are you okay? Are you alright?
Big thumbs up.
Okay.
Big thumbs up.
And that's the end of she like looks over at the actually Mina's
I was like, did she learn any medical
she looks
things yet?
she looks over the edge, looks at you, she grabs both sides of your face, and she pulls you in for a big kiss. And that is Mina's turn. And it is now Andy's turn, who's going to
So does that
attack.
mean that kissing is an action? for
Yeah,
future
kissing is an
reference?
action, yeah. Andy attacks. He gets a 13, which is going to hit for half damage. Okay, so that is 3 points of damage to this guy. And that is all he had left. 3 points of damage. So Andy looks at you, Anita, and he goes, all right. And he was like... holding the gun with one hand, and like the kickback was doing too much, and he holds the gun with both hands, remembering the training, and fires forward, and that infected is gone. All right, Jimmy, your turn.
I use my action to lean forward and kiss this zombie.
Fuck you guys.
Amazing.
No, I'm just kidding. I will attack with my baseball bats.
All right.
That's a 14.
14 is going to hit and do half damage.
So 3 damage total.
Okay, 3 damage
That's half
total.
one.
As you kind of like hit into his side, he like pushes out the bat, screeches towards you, and he's going to attempt to attack you.
Good luck.
That is a natural 20.
So remember when I used my
Not
last
today.
mind games?
No.
You're
Not
gonna
today.
do not
Not
today?
today. Yeah.
Not today.
All
Thank you.
right.
I was saving it for a nat 20 or something.
That's still a 17 plus 3. What is your HP at right now, Jimmy?
11.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Fuck off. All right, well, you take 2 more hit points of damage. Cool, so you take 2 more hit points of damage as he swings towards you. At the end of Jimmy's turn, you hear a thump.
We have to be well past the
Hold on.
the bridge.
As at the front of the boat, you see another infected land. Lane's turn is almost up, but I will say at Lane's turn, he will push you back past the bridge. So this is going to be the last infected that falls. It is now Richie's turn. Richie's going to fire at the infected by Jimmy. That is a 13, which is going to do half damage. That's 3 points of damage. Perfect. Okay, so it gets torn up as a bullet rips through its abdomen, tearing across the chest, but it still seems focused on you, Jimmy. Lex, your turn.
Oh. Me? Well, today has been a really weird day, and my best friend is dead.
Yeah.
My parents are dead. I don't
Yeah.
know where my sister and brother is.
Yeah.
But this smoking hot zookeeper,
Yeah.
who I have been literally playing in Central Park to look at her, just kissed me,
Yeah.
and so I'm using my action to make the fuck out with that.
Yeah.
person.
Yes.
There's no zombies around us. I don't
Yes.
see any infected. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
Amazing.
That's what's happening.
I love it.
Do I need to roll any sort of ability check or anything?
Vibe check.
I'm gonna assume you're proficient in kissing.
I am
That's
proficient
so funny.
in parkour.
All
Punk
joking
parkour.
aside, it's kind of somewhat of a beautiful moment as the two of you
Yeah.
embrace each other in this chaos, feeling
There's blood everywhere.
yeah, but also like
Just
feeling like
hot.
even though you're kissing and it's like almost like a suffocating sensation, it feels as if you're breathing deeply for the first time in hours.
Yeah.
And at the end of Lex's turn, the new infected is going to run and attack Anita. Okay. Hey, Anita. It hasn't been your turn yet. Oh, dang it. It's the 6.
Oh, God.
So with the 9, the infected is going to miss you. That is
Whew.
the end of its turn. Lane officially pushes you all past the bridge on his turn. Billy is then going to kind of step right here beside Andy and is going to... Actually, he's going to just step right here and he's going to fire at the infected attacking Jimmy. That's a 5 on the die. That's not going to do it. Anita, your turn.
I'm gonna swing at this guy in front of me with my machete.
Anita's just
And
like,
get a modified 20.
Hits
Nice.
for full damage.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage as you once again just kind of like embed the machete into the musculature of the shoulder where the shoulder meets the neck of this runner. And at the end of your turn, she is going to lunge forward at you.
Fair enough.
That's a 7 plus 3. Anita's got some kind of luck looking out for her as once again the machete embedding itself in the shoulder kind of stops the infected from reaching out to you. Ash, you're up.
Let's do it. Yeah, Ash has already shot out a window.
Yeah.
So they are going to lean out.
Yeah, easy, very easy. I was about to say, if they just want to like lean out the window and fire, they totally can.
Another 17.
Actually, go ahead and roll with advantage because with the leaning out the window, you would have like flanking rolls.
It's still 17.
17.
Is the highest.
Okay, so full damage.
Yeah. So is 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage.
Nice.
They did have 8 points of damage available.
Oh.
So this bullet, you see one of the eyes of this runner explode as a bullet exits through it, clearly penetrating most of the brain of this creature, but not the spinal cord, where this fungus has taken root. And it is very weakly going to attempt to bite you again, Anita.
Bring it.
And that is an 8 plus 3. It's 11. That's a 6, 7, and an 8 attacking Anita. So that is going to be the end of the infected's turn. It's now Mina. We know what Mina's doing. Andy's going to attempt to... actually, I will say, Mina, on her turn, pulls away for a moment, Lex, and just kind of smiles, and then grabs your hand and starts to turn, and she's like, we should make sure everyone's okay. And then she she starts to like lead you with her hand. Andy is going to defend his sister. That is a 19 on the die. That will beat the headshot threshold as you're holding it still with the machete. Andy just puts the barrel right to the temple, and that infected is donezo. Jimmy, you are up.
All right, it's time to be a hero and kill this last infected with my baseball bat.
Yes.
Surely
Yes.
the last one that we'll face.
Full damage.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20's full damage, my friend.
Come on, baby. It's 5.
It has 6 hit points left.
No.
Hold on. I haven't edited anything. You'll see. Hold on. I'm putting in my code. At the very bottom there. Can you see? Will it show you?
Eyeballs?
6.
66.
It was the 6th infected, and they had 6 hit points. All right. So it is going to attack you. That's turn.
Good luck. Damn
That's
it!
a 19.
Okay, it's all good.
3 points of damage to you.
Sure.
And then here we go. D100 roll. 78. I'll get you, my pretty. The infected reaches out towards you, and I'm just gonna say it has 1 hit point left. Well, somebody would kill it. So as it is reaching out towards you, the tendrils of fungus reaching towards your face, you just kick it in its chest and swing for the fences, almost hearing a crowd cheering behind you, as you completely smoke this runner right in its head, twisting its head around. You hear a snapping of the neck as it then falls to the ground, dead. And we are out of combat. So you all feel yourselves pull away from this bridge, and you start to feel your heartbeat again. You start to hear your breathing. You hear Lane from the front. Is everyone all right? Are they gone? Is it finished? Are we good?
I look at Mina and I'm like, everyone's fine.
Mina,
You're fine. Are you good?
Mina says, Mina just kind of like shakes her head and says, Lex is hurt. Lex is hurt.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
And kind of brings Lex.
I'm coming. Ash is riding a real high.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Playing zombie whack-a-mole.
As Ash kind of like bends down in their supplies to start getting out the medical supplies, you feel 2 hands on your shoulders kind of like squeezing and rubbing as Billy says, "Where the fuck did you learn how to do that? Jesus, that was amazing."
Billy boy, I'm on one.
And he kind of leans down. He's like, he like holds you and he says, "This is what it means to be high on life."
Oh my god.
So Andy looks at you, Anita, and kind of like rubs, like he takes his sleeve and like rubs your face a little bit, getting some blood off. You all right?
Uh, yeah, I mean, surprisingly, are you? Is he got hit, I know. Is he in bad shape or did he just get a little more hit?
Andy's at a 5. He's looking rough. So
Ooh,
is
damn.
Richie. Richie is also at a 5.
I'll look at Andy and then I'll look at Richie and say, we need to get you two some help and see what Ash can do for you.
Andy kind of nods his head. Richie shakes his head and says, "No, no, it's all right. You take care of each other first."
Richie, I can't promise I'm gonna be able to swoop in and save your ass again.
All right, yeah, I'm appreciative. Okay, thank you very much. We go check on Lane, and he kind of like limps into the cabin area of the boat, and yeah.
I'd help Andy over to where Ash is.
All right, let's give them a break. Billy says. I realize that they're the medically trained professional here, but like, you know, are you okay, Ash? You all right?
Yeah, yeah. That was wild. I'm glad we all made it. Yeah. Who's hurt? Let's take care of y'all.
Andy's hurt.
I'm dumping zombie bodies off the back of the boat.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm hurt, but I keep getting fixed and then getting hurt again, and it just feels like an endless void. So I
You're
can wait.
not. You're not an endless void, and I'm always glad to help get you back on your feet.
Okay, I just need a band-aid.
Uh,
I have like a gash from the claws
Yeah.
of the, just like bleeding. Like,
how hurt is Lex?
I'm at 6.
6. Yeah. I'd give Lex 2.
Okay.
And I know Andy's at a 5,
Mm-hmm.
so I'd give Andy 2
Okay.
also.
Perfect.
And then I would try to help Richie and give him 1 and give him at least a look over.
You like with a 1, you're able to like stop the active bleeding of some of his wounds, and he kind of he does protest a little bit, but knows better than to completely deny. And as you finish patching him up, he says, "Boy, am I glad we ran into you, Ash. It's I appreciate the help. Thank you.
Mm.
You and
Yeah,
my you and my sister would have really, you guys would have got along."
Yeah, I'm sorry that she's gone.
Richie puts a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's just been such a fast 12 hours. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's only been 12 hours.
yeah. I know. You can say that again.
Oh,
Richie puts a hand on Ash's shoulder, probably a little harder than he means to, not knowing his own strength, and just kind of says, "We've all lost someone, but we're alive." And he looks over at Lex. We're all here together.
how far have we gone now past the bridge? Like, are we well into like the north portion yet?
Yeah. So basically, you're coming up on an area where the Hudson River will like narrow significantly and start to wind its way up towards Albany. Or there's a dock up near where this happens, and Lane basically says, "All right, we have 2 options. We either dock with the boat there, and we try to find a vehicle or travel on foot, or we try to follow the river as far as we can go north."
Kind of look to Andy for some guidance.
And he kind of nods his head and he says, I mean, me personally, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that we don't know what we'll get on foot. And at least in the water, we can continue on our way, but that also means less chance to find supplies.
Maybe we dock for a minute, see if we can find anything nearby, and then continue to make our way on the boat.
I'd say we dock farther out,
Yeah, I think we
the
should.
least
we should
amount of
get-
population.
Yeah, further away from the city.
Okay.
As this conversation is happening, Mina kind of steps away from the group and heads to the back of the boat towards you, Jimmy. And I think, if I remember correctly, yeah. She kind of like grabs your hand, and you remember after Alicia had been shot, Mina had come up behind you and given you a big hug. And she kind of like grabs your hand and squeezes it for a second. As you've just finished like tossing off the last body. Hey Jimmy, how you doing?
Well, been better, that's for sure.
Yeah, are you hurt?
Yeah, but it's fine. You don't need to waste it on me.
Hey, you killed 2 of those things. I mean, they could have. You handled them all by yourself. Everyone else was. We need you, Jimmy.
Yeah. I'm good for now, thank you. Thank you for checking up on me.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do with her body? I think we should just throw it off the boat. I mean, sucks to say. I'm like standing over Officer Kavanaugh's body.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you knew her, I guess, more better than any of us. Do you think she'd mind?
You know, I have no idea. She had to tell me her name 3 times before I listened. What the fuck is wrong with me, you know?
What's her name, Jimmy?
Alicia.
Well then, you know. And just don't ever forget.
You're right, I won't.
What's my name? She kind of asks playfully.
Mina?
She reaches in and she gives you a hug, whether it's returned or not.
I give her a hug and I think in my head, oh, thank God.
And she pulls back away and she says, "It's Hillary." I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. And as this is happening, you hear a low rumbling noise. Starts to sound like wind picking up. Go ahead and roll a search check, Jimmy.
God, not again.
I rolled a 3 plus 5 is 8.
It's pretty low DC. You see lights in the distance. You see them in the sky. One, then another, then another. And you start to realize that the low rumble that you're hearing is actually engines. Jet engines. Flying over the air. And they pass over you so low that waves hit the bow of the boat and fling it back about 10 feet before you're able to catch traction again and continue forward. So loud that you can't hear anything else around you. And then you see, as they fly towards the city, they rise. And you hear in the distance, and then all of a sudden, flashes of light all throughout the city as flames and light bursts in the air and erupt immediately you see smoke rise in the distance. You see one of the tall skyscrapers painting the night sky crumble and crack and lean, slamming into another building that then buckles under its weight, causing a huge collapse. You see fires burning. You see explosions chained together. You see as if they're going down the main street, exploding out of every sewer line that you see. As this happens, everything kind of pauses for a moment. All of you realize all of a sudden that you're on the back of this boat, looking out at the city. A city that some of you have called home for your whole lives. A city that some of you have called home for not long, but a home it is. And it is erupted into bright flames as you look to the people next to you as if you are in a well-lit room, from the sheer energy that the fires and explosions on the main island are creating. You see the fighter jets curve and fly off in the distance as you slowly watch your home burn to the ground. It is an insane sight. Something that you would never think that you would see. And in that moment, a huge wave hits you as all of the massive energy from the bombs has taken its time flowing over the Hudson River and slamming into the boats, and your hair flying back. You smell the sulfur in the air, and you can swear you hear the screams. And that is where we will take a bio break. We will come back. We will come back after that. So we're going to go on a little break right now. Make sure you get some water, stand up and stretch, and don't go anywhere because we will be right back. Hello, welcome back from break. Last we left off, our survivors were watching the city that they knew and loved be bombed and destroyed by the military in an effort to somehow quell this infection hours before it was supposed to happen, which means since they've been off radio contact, something has hastened the military quite a bit. But something tells me that it did nothing to stop the infection, and that life will continue, or the infection, I guess, it's not life, will continue on. But anyway, for now, our survivors find themselves on their kind of fishing boat, basically, is what it is. And you are making your way north along the Hudson River, you already passed the George Washington Bridge, you pass the Cuomo Bridge, and you get to the part of the river where it narrows immensely and starts to head up towards Albany. As you are, going down the river, you look off to the sides and you see no power anywhere. You see smoke from fires occasionally dotting the coastline. You do occasionally actually see other boats on the river. Sometimes there are people who are just like anchored in the river and are very hesitant as you approach, and like don't, you kind of put two and two together that you probably shouldn't go near. But mainly everything seems eerily quiet and empty. So as you travel forward and continue down the river, Lex, Mina, after spending her time with Jimmy after the bombing happening, she kind of finds some time to spend with you, she comes over and she says, "Hey, so you didn't really seem to care too much, but I'm sorry about that. I just
Oh, that.
I was just so glad that I was so glad that you were okay. And things have been so crazy, and I had to do it. And I hope you don't mind. I know I shouldn't be asking post, but I don't know. I hope I didn't pick up on the wrong vibe.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was totally fine.
You're pretty sure?
Yeah, just like 90% sure that it was totally fine.
In the moment, you seemed very fine with it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would do it again just to check, just to
Oh, really?
make sure that it. Yeah, I mean, like the city
Well,
is exploding, and
I'm only really turned on by bloody people trying to infect me with some kind of fungus. You know, that's what really gets me going. So since that's not happening, I don't know.
like run at her and be like.
She like playfully fights with you. Everyone else on the boat is rolling their eyes.
We are just two. Well, actually, wait a minute. This was like a thing that I thought about earlier, and this is me, Angie, asking: is she an adult?
Yeah.
Because I am 19, but like.
Yeah. No, she's
like early 20s, right?
She's 22. She's a college graduate.
Okay, thank God. Okay,
Yeah.
fuck. I was like, for a second, I was like, this whole time have I just been pining after this like late 20s, like
She's 92.
Oh no.
No, she's 22. She's a college graduate.
Yeah, I don't even give a fuck. The city's exploding behind us.
course.
We just fought off a bunch of zombies. Jimmy's throwing bodies off the boat, and he's looking really weirdly over the body of Alicia, and I like think maybe I should stop him, but I don't.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like I'll just use that like little bit to like get closer to her and like not kiss her, but like leave the invitation open.
She definitely leans in and kisses you.
Yeah.
And she kind of pulls away and just looks into your eyes, and she sighs and just leans her head on your shoulder and kind of squeezes a hand back around your back and just kind of like breathes you in. I don't know what's gonna happen from here on out, but I just know that I want to do it with you.
I suddenly just got really fucking scared.
Why? And she kind of like starts to pull away. I'm sorry.
No. You didn't. I just. All my people are gone. And TJ's gone, and I couldn't save him, and I have a sister. And she might be okay, but I don't know. She lives in Atlanta, and I mean, if they did this to New York, then maybe they're. Oh, what if I can't protect you? Oh, fuck.
Hey, listen, it's okay. And she grabs your hands and like brings them down. Listen, look at me. It's okay. I can't imagine what you're going through right now, Lex, and I'm not gonna pretend to. I lost my family a long time ago, and under very different circumstances.
You did?
Yeah, my parents, I don't know. It's fine. My mom, I never really knew my dad. I think I could have told you that. My mom, well, there's a reason I moved to New York. I felt like there's no other place to go, really. But anyway, what I'm saying is TJ was scared. And that's why you lost him, and it sucks. And it can't be fixed. And you almost lost me because I was scared. But you've shown me how to not be scared. You don't have to protect me because you're showing me how to protect myself. And I don't know how a Juilliard student knows to do the stuff that you do, but I would be dead if it wasn't for you, Lex. And if you can go through what you went through and have that strength, then surely so can I. We'll protect each other by empowering each other.
I wipe a fucking tear.
Yeah.
And I look at her. And uncomfortable with sitting in heavy emotion, I turn around. And then I turn back to her. And I say, "Hey, I'm sorry, this is gonna sound really weird. But I come to Central Park and play my violin at this exact spot, at least a couple times a week. And I don't know if you've noticed me at all, but it's just to catch a glimpse of you. And I don't know, that sounds really creepy. I'm so my name's Lex."
She kind of laughs. And she shakes your hand very properly.
Yeah.
And she says, my name's Mina, and I take the long way to work every single day in hopes of catching a glimpse of the blonde-haired violinist that knocks my socks off.
Cool. Do you want to get a coffee sometime or something?
I know a great
Or
place.
yeah, amazing. And I'll just banter with her and use the time to actually
get to know
start
her.
something, get to know her. Yeah, because hearing that she lost her family, there's literally we only know
So little.
this of each other. So yeah.
She tells her full name, which is Mina Aziz. She goes into her family history, and as the two of you are talking, Billy kind of nudges you, Ash, in the side with his elbow, and kind of points you over, Ash, in the direction of Lex, and nods over in the direction of Lex and Mina, and kind of raises his eyebrows playfully. And he's like, "What do you think? End of the world? I don't really know if I'm your sponsor anymore, so maybe we could just kind of and he's clearly joking, but alluding to some fun between the two of you.
Billy, you know what? We can be friends.
All right, good. Glad to be friends. Maybe we can go bowling sometime.
Yeah. But I give him a hug.
Yeah, he gives you a big hug, and he pulls you away. Ash, you're my first sponsee. You know this, and I don't know. I really thought I'd fail. I thought, if anything, I would send somebody back to, you know, the devil on their shoulders, but I came so prepared with all this hoopla and all these sayings and all this motivational shit, and you showed me that I just needed to be real and be myself. And believe it or not a lot of people have told me that in my life. In fact, they've often told me quite the opposite. So, I don't know. Listen, I'm just saying, jokes aside, you are my friend, Ash. And I'm really glad I met you, selfishly, because you're literally keeping me alive right now. But also, like, spiritually and whatnot, you know? So.
Yeah, Billy, I don't think I'd be here without you. And
Well, there was that one time I literally handcuffed you to my coffee table, but that, I mean, you were, I promise you it was the right thing to do. I promise you.
I thought we were going to talk about that.
Okay, I broke protocol. I heavily broke protocol, but you didn't use that night. So.
No, but I had to shit on your floor.
That's very true. I was heavily asleep, and I'm very sorry about it. And he's just like laughing at this. As the two of you are kind of laughing and joking, Jimmy, you are approached by Richie as he kind of comes to the back. Where are you on the boat, actually? I want to assign where you are.
I'm in the back. I'm
Yeah.
in the same area.
So let's just say you're leaning over the railing, kind of, or, you know, just looking over. He comes up, kind of stands next to you. Neither of you look at each other. You're just in each other's presence, both looking ahead. Hey, Jimmy, you and Kavanaugh, you seem to be real close, so I just wanted to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I only knew her for like 12 hours. That's insane.
Listen, man, we've been through so much in the past 12 hours. I feel like you're my brother. So.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I look back at the burning New York City. Yeah, it looks like if we're not blood family, this is all we got. And you know what? Good work back there. I didn't trust you at first, but you turned out all right.
Man, to think that I am sitting here just jabber-jawing with Jimmy Caraway. I mean, that's... my dad
Hey, you
get a
know
hoot
what?
out of that.
You know what? Just call me James. I'm trying it out.
James. All right. Well, James, can I give you an unsolicited piece of advice?
Yes.
You're right, you are changing. I had to leave my sister in the middle of a street. That street is now bombed, broken, and burning. I regret it, even though it's what I had to do. Take your chance now to have closure with Alicia before you don't have it anymore. And if there's anything I can do to help you, just let me know.
That's good advice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry about your sister. Shit sucks. A lot of shit sucks.
Yeah, it sure does. All right, well, I'm gonna go see if Billy will give me one of his cigarettes. And he kind of pushes away from the railing and starts heading back inside. Anita. Andy has yet again kind of pulled you aside. Hey, first of all, you're a badass. and I'm gonna make sure that
Thank
Mom
you.
and Dad know.
Thank you.
Because that was amazing, and they should never. We should never have been afraid of you in that city. Clearly, you knew what you were doing.
I didn't know that I knew what I was doing until today, to be fair, but it's
Yeah.
good to know that I did.
Second of all, when we dock, I'll cause a distraction. You kind of slink away, and then I'll catch up with you, and we'll be able to just kind of find our way.
Do you think we should leave everyone? I mean, is there anyone who we should...
I thought we were on the
Guys,
same
with
page
us?
about this. And yeah,
I
mean,
know. We hadn't gotten a chance to talk about it.
They left a man behind to die, and rightfully, he came back mad at them. I mean, what if they make a decision like that again that haunts them, and then they decided to threaten and almost kill an old.
You're right.
What would they do to
You're
our
right.
parents?
You're right.
Who would you want to take with you?
I don't know. I met Mina before any of this happened. She was actually the
Yeah.
person interviewing me at the zoo, and
No way, really?
I thought we would be friends. We talked about hanging out. I like Mina. I don't really know her though. Mina likes Lex.
So if we brought Mina, we'd have to bring Lex. If we brought Lex, we'd have to bring Mina. Richie and Lane probably wouldn't separate. Neither would Ash and Billy.
You're right.
So I'll cause a distraction and we'll sneak away, the two of us.
Okay, I trust you.
Good. Okay. Everyone, seems to be one of these boats is getting a little bit closer. Lane is kind of like looking back towards the back of the boat, and you all see a speedboat in your wake, currently swerving a little bit, heading in your direction.
Oh, fuck no. I, like, get the rifle out just in case.
Mina kind of stands up. What's going on? Are they going to attack us?
I think it might be a good idea for everyone to take cover just in case. We don't know what they're doing.
Lane, keep going. Keep driving.
Right. As the boat pulls out of the wake, kind of ramps up the wave, and makes its way to kind of the side of the fishing boat, you see four figures. And they are looking in your direction. One is driving the boat. Another is kind of like sitting behind the driver, arms crossed. Two more are on the edge of the speedboat facing all of you. And you see one has a handgun that is out, and the other has a shotgun that is out.
Like out and pointed or just out?
Out and ready.
Okay.
And you hear the guy holding the shotgun kind of yelling, but you're not able to hear him over the sound of both the boats. And so he, like, using the gun, points to your engine, and then like waves his hand for a cutoff.
No. Nah.
Why don't I just look to Lane and see what he, like... Does he see this?
No, Lane's just driving forward. They're kind of like, they're like in his like blind spot, basically.
I'll just yell to Lane. They want us to stop the boat.
The death
And-
sentence.
Can I do another vibe check?
You can definitely do a vibe check.
I keep forgetting we have vibe because I have no vibe.
Yeah, I get that.
The vibes are off with Lex.
That's what it.
An 18.
An 18. With an 18, you immediately there's a pit in your stomach. These people don't mean well. but I'll also say with an 18, you see in Lane's face a sense of pretty severe worry as you are all in a fishing boat and they are in a speedboat.
Speedboat.
There's
Yeah.
only 4 of them.
True, there is only 4 of them. But Lane's, that's what Ash reads. Ash reads some worry there. And Lane kind of, towards Anita. Right, well, I can keep going for now. What are we going to do?
We should talk to him.
Everyone tell me where you are on the boat right now.
I'm in the back, but kind of like approaching the front cabin, like.
Okay,
right
so like heading towards the middle. Anita, you're at probably the doorway so that you can see them and yell towards Lane. Ash, you're probably inside.
Yeah.
And then Lex, were you inside with Mina, or are you?
No, like... so I think Mina and I have just been still in that same spot where we took out in the little railing.
Yeah.
Center. Yeah, so we're right on the side there.
As Jimmy says we need to talk to them, Jimmy, as you kind of gesture over to them, you see the guy again point to your engine, and then motion the sign for a cutoff. Yes, Lex.
Do we have an alcohol and a rag?
I have an extra rag.
Does anybody have alcohol that's not being used?
I don't think we have any alcohol.
Okay, never mind.
Medkit.
I just wanted to see if we could do a Molotov because in the game that's what I would do.
Yeah, for sure. A Molotov right now would be very useful.
We should talk to them. If they're trying to chase us, that's inevitable that they'll catch us. We should at least see what they want.
Cooperate for now. I think you might be right.
Or show force. Try and threaten them away.
I click my gun.
I say we talk to them.
I say we talk to them and make it clear that we can handle ourselves. Why not both?
Lane, turn off the engine.
No, I didn't mean you meant that.
All right, Lane pulls back on the throttle.
No,
he does not turn off the engine, but he pulls back on the throttle, and
I'll stand up really fast and cock my gun and just say, I don't say anything. I'm just the muscle.
Yeah.
I wave over and say, "Pretty shit day, huh?"
They slow down the speed bump. You see the guy with the shotgun kind of nodding his head. Yeah, I'd say so. It's a pretty shit day, that's for sure. Wait a minute. You fucking Jimmy Carraway?
I'm actually going by James now.
Oh yes, James.
Oh, all right, that's absolutely crazy. Hey, Jimmy, where are you guys headed? This is crazy, right? We should all probably try to stick together.
I'll tell you where we're headed, but I just told you I'm going by James now, and it's not like you're not even listening to me, you know?
All right, sorry, Jimmy, sorry. Listen,
Hey, man, can you, fuck off?
What?
Just fuck off. Just leave. We're through with you. Hey, Lane, can you,
Lane looks at you like, what?
Yeah, they're fine. See you guys.
The guy you're talking to cocks the gun.
Oh, I pointed mine at him.
You pointed?
No, don't you fucking dare.
Lane pushes on the throttle. The guy turns the shotgun and fires.
At me?
He's going to fire. No, he's going to fire at Jimmy.
James.
Yeah, sorry. I should say James.
Yeah.
And Lex, you can get a shot off if you want.
Yeah, I do.
There's no way this will kill me, right?
Okay, that's an 8 plus 4, which is a 12.
It's my AC.
That's your AC?
Yep. I have 6 HP. Is this gonna kill me?
All right, this is a D6.
Okay.
Okay.
The odds are in my favor.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
All right, 3 points of damage as James receives buckshot to the back as he ducks down right as the shotgun is released. Lex, do you fire?
I do. And I just sent in the Discord what I rolled.
What did you roll?
Yes.
Is it an nat 20?
It is a nat
Yeah.
20 on the blood dice.
That guy's head immediately explodes as he's like shot back. The guy with a handgun is going to fire at Lex.
Can I scream? Oh wait, no, go ahead. Hit, and then.
That is a 12 plus 4 is 16.
I'm gonna use my avoid bonus action, and what that looks like is as soon as I shoot the fucking guy's head off, I say, "We're done here!" And like,
Okay.
hopefully that gets disadvantage.
Perfect. That's even higher.
Okay.
So this is a. Oh wait, that was actually. You know what? I'm gonna keep the roll for the shotgun. I should have rolled a D8 though. So this handgun is a D6. Oof. Lex takes 6 hit points of damage.
Ooh.
As
right
the bullet
into the chest,
immediately hits your upper abdomen and buries itself into you. Both boats are moving now. The speedboat is fast. It's staying with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Anita and Ash, you both have, and Jimmy, because you didn't really get anything. All 3 of you have the chance to act right now if you want.
Yeah, I'll shoot.
All right, shoot.
Shoot the boat.
14.
14 is going to miss Eluder, unfortunately. Ash, go ahead.
Yeah, would I have a chance to fire?
You sure would.
Then I will fire my handguns and you're so pleased by this.
I love it. I just love the idea of Ash the nurse with 2 like.
Yeah. That's a 12.
A 12 is going to miss, unfortunately. Jimmy, you have a reaction if you want it.
I am like bleeding out on the boat.
Yeah.
I look over at Officer Kavanaugh on the ground. Hey, I'm sorry you had to spend your last days with me. Thanks for being a friend despite my fame, just for me. And I look up, peer over the railing at the guys. I told you to fuck off! I'm gonna shoot out with my pistol.
Hey man, shoot away.
Yeah, handgun. 10.
10. All right, the guy with the pistol is going to fire at Jimmy.
Sure.
This is plus 4.
What's the worst could happen?
It's a 19.
Wow.
Okay, that's pretty bad. Surely you're not gonna do 3 damage with this pistol.
A little pistol? No.
Yep.
As Jimmy stands up and says this, he fires his gun, and the pistol flies through the air and hits Jimmy right in the chest. And Jimmy falls to the ground. But unfortunately, we can't deal with that right now. There's a lot still going on. So, Lex, your turn.
I am going to use the.
By the way, did
coverage
anybody have any
action.
bonus action that they could have used for Jimmy? I just want to throw that out there.
No.
I did, but I also just decided with my brother that I was going to abandon all these people pretty soon.
Okay, yeah, that's totally fine. I understand.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
This just makes it easier. Natural
Yeah.
selection. I'm gonna use my bonus action cover to add 3 to my AC
Okay.
because you girl. And look at Mina
Mm-hmm.
and say, "We got this," and turn around and try to get a rifle shot on. How many are left? 3.
Currently, there's one guy firing a pistol at you. And then there's another guy driving. The third guy who had his arms crossed is making his way to the shotgun.
Can I get a clear shot on the guy driving?
Yes.
I'm gonna aim for the guy driving.
Shoot away.
Shoot away, Meryl. That is a 12.
That is going to miss, unfortunately. Lex and Ash, you both have actions.
Anita and Ash.
Anita and Ash, thank you.
I was like, I get another one? Thank you.
I
Go
don't
ahead,
have any.
Ash.
I don't have any health stuff, so I am despondent about Jimmy, but
Yeah.
angry, and I will continue firing at the boat.
Go ahead. Fire away. Are you firing at the guy holding the pistol, or the guy driving, or the guy going for the shotgun?
I'd say the guy driving. I
Okay.
just roll a d4.
Okay,
and
yeah.
assign it in my head.
I believe you.
That's a 17.
17 will hit. Roll for damage.
Fuck yeah, someone do something.
It's 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. He gets hit right in the head, swerves out of the way. The next attack by the guy with the pistol will be at disadvantage, but the guy driving is still driving, looking very hurt. Lex.
Anita.
Sorry, Anita. Sorry.
This happened last time,
I
and
know.
we're not even together in this one.
I would like to. Okay, so I have a machine gun, right?
Yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking. I would like to shoot at the boat, but specifically at like the side/bottom of the boat to start sinking their boat.
Okay, go ahead.
Does that seem like something that I could do as I'm looking at it?
It would take a very long time for water to sink this boat fast enough to...
Okay. All right, I'm just gonna shoot at the guy driving.
Shoot away, Meryl.
That's a 7.
That's gonna miss, unfortunately. Now, none of the NPCs have gone. So, Richie is going to get a shot off. And that is a natural 20.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Richie!
Richie shoots the guy driving the boat. The guy leans forward, falling immediately, hitting the panel above him. The throttle increases. They careen off to the side and slam into the coastline. The entire speedboat flipping over and landing on the shore as all of you speed away. In this moment, as your adrenaline already starts to fade, you hear coughing as Jimmy is currently in the act of dying by bleeding out. Richie comes running over. Oh fuck, Ash, is there anything you can do?
I run over and I immediately try to like put pressure on the spots.
For sure.
But I don't have any med packs.
Yeah.
So there's nothing mechanical I can do.
You push your hand down on the wound. Immediately, Ash, your hands are red with blood as it just is bleeding so much that it seeps through. Everyone's kind of standing above Jimmy other than Lane, if you choose to. Jimmy, what's going through your mind right now? What do you do in your last moments of life?
Fuck. Took the fucking apocalypse to finally get some friends. Thanks, guys.
Jimmy, I really liked your last movie. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. As I'm like holding my abdomen.
15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know, it was so fucking bad, but I loved it, and me and my brother watched it like 4 times.
Richie just kicks the side of the boat and walks away. Billy leans down and puts a hand on Ash and just kind of like, without words, lets you know, like, you don't need to keep trying. Don't put him in pain for the last few moments of his life. Mina bends down. She's sobbing. She just puts her hand on the side of your face, Jimmy. You deserved friends. We were lucky to be your friend.
Thank you.
And your vision kind of fades a little as you're starting to tunnel, and your head slumps off to one side. And as wind blows in your last moment, you're looking at the face of Officer Kavanaugh, breeze slightly brushing away the red of her hair. In this moment, she looks so peaceful. And you take in the last breath that you'll ever take. And it's not fear that you experience, or shame, or regret. It's excitement. Because you also are about to be at peace. And who cares if your life wasn't what you wanted it to be until the last 12 hours? At least you got to experience it for a little while. And you exhale one final time as your vision fades to black and Jimmy Carraway dies.
James.
Fantastic. I mean, fantastic.
Demonstration for any
final
other
comic
campaign.
Oh my god. Wow. Yeah.
Oh my
Flint
God.
has DM inspiration now.
Yeah.
Oh man, that got me. So, Ash, Lex, Anita, you're standing, leaning, sitting by the body of Jimmy as he's looking in the direction of the one person in the past 12 hours who seemed to actually show him kindness. And Anita, Mina's words ring throughout your mind. You deserved friends. We were lucky to be your friends. And Lex, Mina kind of grabs your hand, and then, not being able to be the strong one right now, just starts to kind of sob and leans into you. And she kind of leans back. Oh my god. Oh my god, you were shot.
It's okay. It's fine.
We have to at least stop the bleeding. And she she kind of like looks around, and she looks to Ash, who she knows would have already used whatever she had, or whatever they had, and she rips her other sleeve and ties it around your shoulder, kind of like a sash.
Stop ripping your sleeves off.
I'm so buff. You
We
want to
have
see
enough
it?
guns in here.
And she laughs and like tightens the bandage. What is Lex at right now?
2.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ow.
So Lex, you're
Ow.
feeling
Ow. Ow.
you're feeling very hurt. You're feeling slow. You're feeling injured.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw up, I think. But not because
Here,
everything's fine.
I'll help you. I'll help you to the side of the boat. And she takes you over to the side of the boat.
Can you get my water bottle?
Yeah. She, Ash, you're just still kind of staring down at Jimmy. And Billy, like, tries to grab your attention. You did everything that you could do. Everything. He got shot in that apartment, and he should have died there, but you saved him. And he got to experience that much more life because of you.
Goddamn mouth is.
You know, I think think the difference is he started using it for people, not just for himself, you know. He's a good guy, Jimmy.
James.
Billy kind of laughs. And silence falls over the boat as you continue to make your way up the river. Eventually, you get to a point where the river cannot continue. It becomes too narrow, becomes blocked by debris. There's a crossing, a small bridge that has been collapsed by the weight of too many cars trying to cross it at the same time. You see it's formed this kind of like blockade of creaking metal and dead bodies. And as you approach, Lane pulls into a nearby dock and the boat stops. And the engine then cuts off. And you're in silence. You hear slight breeze. You don't hear any birds chirping, any wildlife chittering, no horns honking, people yelling, music playing. It is an empty landscape. Above you on the street level, there's cars that have been abandoned. There's a fish and tackle shop right where the dock meets the streets. Lane breaks the silence. All right, everyone. It's time to make our way on foot. So gather your things and make sure you have all your supplies. Keep your heads on a swivel. We need to find some kind of vehicle or shelter. Richie kind of nods his head. What about them? He doesn't gesture or anything, but all of you know that he's talking about Alicia and Jimmy. Mina kind of speaks up at this point, almost chuckling. Yeah, put him in the river. They wouldn't mind. Richie goes over, picks up Alicia's body. Lane picks up Jimmy's. And they walk waist deep into the Hudson River and gently put the bodies down for a float. And then make their way back up to the beach, the dock area. At this moment, Andy looks at you, Anita, and he says, "You ready?"
We have to leave right away. What if we find some supplies?
The longer we stay with them, the harder it's going to be.
I know, it just doesn't feel right, Andy.
Why not?
I don't know. But look, if you're gonna go either way, then I'm with you.
I'm not going to leave you.
I know, but
Richie and Lane are just having a good time together. Richie cracked one of Jimmy's jokes.
Andy, honestly, what are the chances that the two of us by ourselves make it all the way home on foot with what we have on us right now? I know there's questionable things about these people, but they've defended both of us. And I think right now we need people.
We said we would leave these people behind.
I know, but with everything that just happened back there, it just doesn't feel right.
Go ahead and roll a convince check at advantage. Lex and Ash, I need you both to roll search checks for me.
God, okay.
15.
Actually, not search checks, sense checks. Straight up sense checks. And actually, I'm going to change it one more time. I'm going to allow it to be a vibe check. What'd you get, a 13?
I got a 15.
15, yeah, I'm sorry.
My sense check was a 15.
15.
Oh, is it sense or is it vibe?
Vibe, sorry.
Oh, I guess
vibe.
it's the same for me.
It's the same number.
It's a 9.
9. Okay, so Lex, you're hurt and focused on Mina right now. Ash, you don't hear much of the conversation, but you do kind of see Andy and Anita talking a little intensely, and you just kind of open your ears up slightly in that direction, and you hear, and the one thing that you do hear of this conversation is you hear Andy said, "We said we were going to leave these people behind." And then the conversation continues, and you're not really sure what you're hearing. Do you do anything?
No.
Okay.
I'm bummed.
Yeah. Yeah.
If these people want to leave, they want to leave.
Okay.
And we had a plan. We were all gonna go together, but I do. I gotta let them go if that's what they're doing.
Okay. All right.
I'll come up with something after.
Yeah. Well, in this moment, as you just kind of sit there and like let them make the decision that they feel like they need to make, Andy kind of looks you in the eyes, Anita. It's weird. All of you met each other just running around trying to save your own lives in Central Park. And yet, Lex and Mina and even Ash seemed like they really cared for Jimmy. Seemed like they really were upset he was gone. Maybe they are good people. Ash has done nothing but heal those around them. Lex and Mina, in this chaos, they're finding love, which is weird and crazy and
Kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
I think everybody here has done what they had to do with what we had going on, and there have been some questionable decisions made along the way, probably by me too, probably by you. But they've had our backs at the end of the day. And I'm not saying that we have to take them all the way to the farm, but we have a long way to go, and we may as well travel with them while we can.
You're not wrong. And as a matter of fact, you're right. And
Wait, hold on. Say that again?
oh, really?
Just one more time. I need to really remember it this time.
You're right. You were right. Yeah, we should take these people with us. Make sure they're okay. And Andy kind of turns around and says, "All right, if we're going to get to the farmhouse, we got to get moving. Anyone here who wants to come with me and Anita, you're welcome to. We don't have Clark, but Kent Farm's still pretty good."
Ew.
He kind of laughs. I use it every time. It's about 90-10, no last to last. So still gonna keep trying.
Never stop trying. Ooh.
Oof. Does anybody, and by anybody, I guess I mean Lex or Ash, do either of you not follow the Kents to the farm?
No, I follow.
Yeah, if we're all going, we're going. Yeah.
Yeah, the NPCs all go as well. And surprisingly, as your journey continues, we travel forward a few days into the early night time as the sounds of night enter your ears. Lex?
How many days?
2.5, I think.
So I could get 2 hit points back?
Yes.
Yeah, baby!
You eventually see in the distance
Oh.
a lit from the inside farmhouse at the end of a long gravel driveway. It's been a harrowing journey to get here, but you eventually do. And as you arrive, Anita, you are greeted by your parents, Jim and Mandy, who are alive and well. Your older brother Albert is alive. However, his twin and your older sister, Annie, she is gone. He describes how she lost her life on the way here to the farm. Your eldest brother, Adam, it's unknown where he is. But your sister and her girlfriend, Veronica Webbs, and Veronica's little sister, Vicky Webbs, have made their way to the farm and are alive and well. And you and your brother and the majority of your family embrace and feel love for one another. And you hear clicking on wood floor as a very old black lab, Bo Sr., comes around the corner and, wanting to run but not being able to, limps his way up to you and gives you the most love that he can.
Bend down and hug him.
As this is happening, Mina grabs your hand, Lex, and looks you in the eyes. And she brings you in for a kiss, hurting you slightly. I'm sorry, I keep doing that.
No, it's better today than it was.
Do you want to get a dog?
I would immediately just start laughing. Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? They could help us.
We'll think about it.
Hey, however long you want to stay here, I mean, however long they'll keep us, I'm fine with. But if you want to find your sister, your brother, I'm with you every step of the way.
You would go all the way to Atlanta?
I'd go much further.
gay.
And as you
And I hug her.
Yeah. You embrace, and as you do, Billy, standing next to you, Ash, he kind of leans against the wall. He's smiling, watching everything. He takes out his pack of cigarettes, kind of looks down at him. You know what? I don't think I want these anymore.
Oh, sick! And I take.
Yeah. He kind of laughs. So, you ever see the two of us on a farm?
No. Well, here we are.
American Gothic in the flesh. He kind of laughs, brings you in for a big hug.
No.
And that will end the story of season 2
I was kind of happy.
of The Remains.
Whoa.
But before we officially end the session, I would like to hear first from Anita. What do you think happens with Anita's life? Give a vague answer, because next week during the talk back we might go into it a little bit more, but what do you see in Anita's future?
I think Anita would stay at the farm as long as she and her family are able to stay at the farm.
Mhm.
Knowing what she knows would work with her siblings to help like fortify it a little bit.
Yeah.
And once that's finished, like actively work to help bring in travelers on the road
Mhm.
and just live with her family and have as close to a normal little farmhouse life within this apocalypse as she possibly could have.
Yeah. Love it. Ian, for Ash, and I'll even let you throw in Billy if you want to,
Sure.
as he is a creation of your mind.
Yeah.
What do you see for their future in this apocalypse?
Yeah. Billy and Ash are kind of like bonded both by like trauma before this and the trauma bond of this.
Yeah.
Uh, um, Ash would want to do good, want to help like set up care facilities uh, for people who needed it. Probably would try and stay on the farm for a bit. Billy has family also in upstate New York, though we know that at least his mom was bitten.
Yeah.
So maybe work with him to go see if they need help. Uh, and try and like take care of people, heal people.
Yeah.
Take care of people with disabilities, and take care of the old and the sick as much as they can. And probably try and linger on the farm until the farm is no longer habitable. Try and build a community and a safe space.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if they would ever go look for their family. Kind of assuming that the world is completely flipped upside down, and we can only kind of count on what's here in front of us.
I love it. I love it. And finally, Lex. And I'll even, I know Mina was not a creation of your mind, but I'll throw in Mina with you as well. If you would like to say what you think the two of you are going to get up to.
Yeah. Definitely would stay at the farm until I was healed more.
Yeah, for sure.
And as soon as that happens, kind of thank Andy and Anita for getting us there. But I have to tend to my need for information and need for like to finish the thread. I have to know.
Yeah, of course.
And depending on how long that is, I don't really know timelines, but because of the proximity of upstate New York to the Boston area, I would probably have heard of like safety
Mhm.
zone in Boston, used some contacts in Boston, or like tried to figure out how to get to another QZ. Literally would probably just try my darndest to make my way to Atlanta.
Mhm. Yeah.
And presumably, should nothing go terribly, terribly wrong, and Mina and I can fend and like hold our own,
Yeah.
try to get to the 322-hour walk to Atlanta.
Yeah. Amazing. Love that. And then of course, Jimmy. Uh, very sad to see Jimmy die.
James.
James. Sorry. Very sad to see James die.
Boy.
I spent the rest of my life in a river.
I really was
I wave
interested
as I
to
pass.
see what you thought of his life should he make it, and what was going to happen of that. And that's something we can talk about next week. So in lieu of that, Matt, do you just have any final words for Jimmy?
Jimmy's at the beginning of the Last of Us apocalypse, as it was. Jimmy was at probably the worst day of his life, worst possible day, and he's not a great guy mostly, I think, but I think the last moments with these people, even as traumatic and harrowing it was food for his soon-to-be dead soul.
Amazing. I like to think so too. And we will talk much more in depth about all four of these characters, what's in store for them in the future, but also what's some stuff that we didn't get to, what's some conversations that we wish we could have had, and do they have any questions for me, and all that and much more next week. Same time, 6 p.m. Central. We're gonna have a talk back of season 2. Please comment on any of our posts on social media. Really, reach out to us and ask us a question. Ask us something that you want to know for season 2, and we will answer it. Or you can join live and ask us questions live, and we'll answer them then. We want to interact with you guys. That's what these talkbacks are for. So I'm very excited to not leave these characters completely behind. We still have some closure incoming. But what a fantastic season. I think that it was super duper cool to see this apocalypse from the beginning and how chaotic and insane it would be. For the viewers, I originally had told them that it would be the first 4 days of the apocalypse. And I didn't even get 12 hours in, which is just a testament to truly how insane it would actually probably be. And how chaotic. And it was super cool to see from this way. I loved all these characters. Even in a short amount of time, we had some real development, some real like diving into some cool stuff, which once again we'll talk about next week as well. So, thank you to my players. Thank you for trusting me and being the best players a GM can ask for. And as always, everybody say bye.
Bye.